Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are reviewing a Diamond Tracer on console. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps me out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate that. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, special events we have going on, all that good stuff. So here's our Tracer.
3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Hey, Semitic. Okay, so we are wandering out here with our Tracer, taking our outside angle. What do you set up with? Your Sigma's already down from the ball. That's unfortunate, but you're out here on the off angle. That's your tank line, and you have a McCree partner. Okay. Trying to make up your mind on where to go. This will be fine. At this point, you just have to chip down ball. Take the ball trade. A little slow to flick over to him, honestly, for Diamond. I know it's console, but a little slow to flick over to him. It's okay. He was always going to chase you out. You're looking to just trade health effectively, be efficient, don't get eliminated. Yeah, that was not good. It was okay to play with the ball a little bit because you'll do way more damage to him than vice versa, and then you just get out when he's when he gets any assistance. But you overstayed your welcome. And you were slow on the flick. No. Okay, if they want to go that side, that's fine for you. No, you can't brute force this. What are you doing? No! No, too big a rewind. McCree has a gun, he's scary. It's true, it's true. Let's get ourselves an appropriate rewind length here. You don't like that poke, that's bad. Okay, so here you are. And your team has now shown that they're going to go left, which is going to cause you to go right, and that's fine. You could go left with them and then wrap all the way around. So if your team is going to go here, you could wrap all the way around and come out like that if you want, or you can just go this way. But you have to wait until your team is a meaningful threat, until your team is going to get benefit from you going in, we'll say. And that could happen either, hey, my team is rotating through the tough part, which is this right here, or my team is up here actually pushing, and then I go in. Either of those have value to them. But this does not. You're going in here maybe because they hit the sleep, but your team can make this rotation from where they are currently to here without much trouble. It's only this last bit of the rotation that they don't want everybody looking at them for, that they'd like you to help them by being a distraction over here. They don't need your help to get across this. This isn't too bad for them. They can get across this. And in getting across this, if you try to help them get across this, you won't be able to help them get across this because you'll have already spent your blinks, your health, your resources, and then you'll be out looking for health packs, recharging blinks, etc. Or you won't be able to help them during the actual fight, and neither of those are good. Full on Rambo. The rush on the sleep could have been cool if they had Pulse Bomb, maybe. You're not even close to Pulse Bomb. Yeah. You just have to leave. Like, you shouldn't even be in here and you have no blinks. This was not a blink. Just a bad engagement. And now you have no blinks and half health. And of course their team is going to deal with you. Wow. You're staying alive longer than you should. It's not good. You're not going to get anything done. Okay. This should not have worked this well, but it has mostly let your team rotate across the dangerous spot. But this did not have to work this well. This team you would have expected to force you out faster. That's why I wanted you to delay your engage. But you do see now that you are providing distraction, it is loosening them up a bit. The McCree was still on you. The others were late to turn to deal with your team. So your team mostly got in through the hard part for free. Not completely, but mostly. So it's good, but we could have definitely optimized how we did that. Because, as you see, you can't really participate in this fight. You don't have a recall. You don't have blinks. You're done. That was not a good straight blink. That fight's happening, and you're not in it, but your team got enough eliminations. Good, good. 2 to 3 seconds would have allowed for a nice backstab. Yeah, yeah. Why? Why are you shooting her from here? Like, if she was aware of you, you could shoot her from there just to be like, I'm going to tickle you, etc. But she's not even aware of you. You've got all the time in the world to get closer or to come out here on her.
Just in time.
Eriko was almost tragic. Yeah, there's some counting on the opponents not hitting the shots here, more than I'm comfortable with. Why? Why are we doing this? You're here, you have 3 blinks. Oh no, Fair is shooting at me. Blink. You know what, I feel like blinking again. Why? Fair could not hit you where you were. I feel like blinking a 3rd time. What? What? Why would we blink here? Why would we do this? And now we've used 3 blinks and we're out in the open. And this is... Like, you don't want to spend all your blinks. You don't want to spend a bunch of your blinks rotating. If you're sure the fight is a long way from starting, you can spend a few blinks on movement. But this is 3 blinks where 1 blink would have done it. And now these are a bunch of blinks. You had a blink here that was a blink across cover. You had cover the whole time, and you spent a blink. There's no reason to do that. Just use Tracer's walk speed. Tracer walks faster than the rest of the cast. Just use that to get across it. If you absolutely feel the need to blink here because it's a more open, more dangerous spot, you could justify a blink here. But honestly, there wasn't a great need to. You should still have 2 blinks right now. If you had 1, I'd live, but you should still have 2 blinks right now. Your blinks are so that you can exist, so that you can sustain in the fight. So you can last in the fight for longer periods of time without just counting on your opponents having bad aim. So generally what you do is you'd have blinked past this ball, but you can't hit the 180s perfectly because you're on console. I get it. No, you don't want to fight the ball. The ball is... If you're going to stay in here, the ball's going to be happy to shoot you because you can't take advantage of your movement. You're a very predictable target. You wanted to blink out past him with a single blink and then 180. Yes, I know it's hard with the thumbstick. It's slower with the thumbstick, and start shooting at him. And then he turns to find you again, and then maybe you do a diagonal blink over to here and start shooting him. You're looking to make him make the most movement of his crosshair each time. That's what you're generally looking to do with the Tracer blinks. You're going, hey, you're lining up your crosshair with me or with him because he doesn't do a ton of damage with each shot. As soon as he starts doing any damage to you, you can move because that means he's lined up his crosshair. Plus, you would actually like him to do a tiny bit of damage to you because him doing a tiny bit of damage to you means that you can pick up health packs, which means you can deny him health packs. But we're getting advanced Tracer tactics there. Why are we just taking a mid-range fight with him? Like, I don't want to just take an even fight with him, like pew 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 versus pew 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 versus pew 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 versus pew. No. I'm happy to use blinks to dodge him when he actually starts doing damage. Make him adjust his crosshair. You should adjust faster because you know where you're blinking to faster. You know if you're going this way or this way or this way. If he's here, faster than he knows which of those ways you're going. So you can bring your crosshair back to here faster than he can bring his crosshair to here because he didn't know if he was going to have to turn here or if he was going to have to turn here or if he was going to have to turn here or if you were just doing a straight back blink and he needed to keep looking forward or if he was going to have to look over here for a side blink. Like, he doesn't know, you know immediately. He doesn't know which of these blinks you're doing. That's why you blink to make him move his crosshair. Those shots weren't really lined up yet, but okay.
Down for the count.
Why did you blink there? Wasn't the end of the world. Why are you blinking this hard? Like, it's not a huge deal because your team has clearly won this fight, but you're using all these blinks in places where you're safe.
Hello. Hey there.
Okay, you can't stay here. You have to blink, yep.
Bombs away.
You've got nothing. Okay. You're gonna go down still? Okay. So, here we are. Let's talk through this.
Hey there.
There's no way this is better than gold on PC. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree. I don't think this is a particularly strong Tracer. I think it's better on its other hit scan. But here we are. So here you are. You're choosing to fight this. This is sort of an okay way to fight people. If you were low on blinks, this is a reasonable way to fight people as Tracer, where you're like going, hey, I have one blink or I have no blink, so I'm going to like go in and out. I'm going to peek, shoot, unpeek, and I'm sort of going to keep this person distracted on me while my team is fighting. The problem is, I don't think this is a good trade for you right now. You have lots of blinks. You are quite powerful right now. And this isn't like stopping the other team from doing stuff. This isn't helping your team win a ton. Like it's helping a little bit because your team has point control. But you have blinks. You can actually fight this ball aggressively. You can win against this ball. You can use your blinks to dodge and do that. Except the other problem is you don't really want to just be staying here because you know his reinforcements are going to come here and your reinforcements are going to come never. You know that that's the scenario. So, like, you don't really want to be here. The ball knows you're here. You got your opening damage on ball. It's really just time to leave. Just walk out. You've done your job. Just walk out. And if ball rolls this way, then you can go, okay, well, now I'll chase you. Maybe I'll even chase you with blinks and fight you as I'm chasing you because now your team is not going to be able to keep up with us. But I don't want to fight you here when your team will reinforce you and my team won't reinforce me. Oh, look, there's the first reinforcement. It's past time to leave. Okay. Why are you standing still reloading here? Keep working your way back. Yep. That was not a good enough blink. You simply can't hit this wall, and now you lose. But really, you should have been out faster. That's really the answer. No. Like, yeah, you got the N up. It's a bad habit to blink at safe places. You should be Dragon Ball build and only use final forms when needed. There you go. Not quite the analogy I'd have made, but it makes sense. You should also go explain why you're using your blink. No, I'm kidding. That's my job. To give them time to come up with a plan and so that the viewers of your game know what's going on. I'm kidding. Okay. Obviously, this shouldn't happen. Like I'm just kind of letting my eyes glaze over here. But here we are. You know that he's here. There's ways to force this. There are ways to force this, but you can immediately blink that. Okay. He missed his shot because you blinked when his shot was lined up. And now he's facing you again, so you're going to have to blink again. It might feel too soon, but it's not like there's a timing to blink. Some people get into this feeling of like, oh, there's a certain cadence that I have to have between my blinks. It's got to be that long between each of them. No, your blinks are for when their crosshair is lined up on you. I can see from his outline, from how his hat is, from, how his outline, that he's looking at you again. It's time to blink. You could blink up at the stairs. You could try to blink out that way and say, I don't like this fight. You could try to blink past him if you really wanted. A little dicey when he hasn't used flash yet, but like a blink up the stairs looks pretty good to me. And I can see that he's lined up on you, so where's our blink? McCree does too much damage per shot. You can't wait, and there it is, the flash. And you get caught. And you can't get caught by a flashbang when you've got 2 blinks and recall left. Like, he should have lost this fight. Okay. You hear the crew. Don't fight him head on. If he's pulled himself all the way over here, he's slow. He's slow Kree. I don't want you to fight him. We don't need to do that. Think about this. We can just go out. I'm going to hop across here, hop over here, and now I'm going to fight using this corner, and he's not going to be useful. I don't need to fight a pocketed McCree. Okay. This fight still isn't amazing because he has the pocket, but that he didn't get flash value, yeah. Helps. Great. but not great enough.
Get in there.
There we go. There it is. Nano Tracer in slow-mo.
Score.
Okay.
Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one. Round two. Capture the objective.
Okay.
Howdy.
Fine. You can react to that if you want. Take you up your side. Why are you here? You had the right idea. Like, you were here because you were waiting for an opening to push up this side, when the eyeballs were over here. That's what you were doing. I understood that. Or you wanted to play counter dive. But you were probably looking for an opportunity for their eyeballs to be over here, or even better, for their eyeballs to be over here so you could get access to this side of the map. I assumed that's what you were doing, which is then unfortunate that you blinked here right with your team. Your Tracer. Spam is like your mortal enemy. You don't want to be with your team where shots meant for your team might hit you. Now, you've got the statue as cover, which helps, but then use that. You hear the Kree. Okay. He gifted you that flash, okay. Oh, your Diva's here. You can try. He used flash in your Divas here. You can do this. Good, good.
Down for the count. Let's try that again.
I don't know why you. So here
Down
you
for
are.
the count.
You didn't get shots on the Anna. Cool. This is okay. But do you need to do this? Like, this Anna doesn't know you're here. Do you want to walk closer to this Anna? You can keep walking at her. No one's paying attention to you. If you shoot her from here, it's going to alert her to your presence. And then, you know, that's going to suck. You don't want to play at this range as Tracer. You'll play at this range as Tracer if you have to. Again, if you're low on blinks and you're playing like, hey, let me go like this, or if there's 6 of them here and you're really just trying to make space for your team and you're like, let me pester you a bit, let me bug you a bit, let me get some eyeballs turned on me as I play around this cover, so be it. But if they don't know you're here, you generally like to walk in closer before they're aware of your presence so that you can start shooting her from here. Or even here, it's going to get you more damage. You have less spread, less fall-off. Like, all these are things that Tracer has to consider. And when you have blinks left, so you can sustain in the fight, which you do, health, so you can sustain in the fight, recall, so you can sustain in the fight, you have all these things, and they're not aware of you, you can walk up to here before you start shooting. Like, the beginning of your clip is going to be the most powerful part, especially when they're not aware of you, and you'd like to get the most out of it rather than being from here. This might be more comfortable for you to aim because I know your background is as a hit scan player in general, and most of the hit scan play from a bit further away. But remember, your weapon has spread, your weapon has fall. Get here, and you'll do a lot more damage. And you're not always going to be able to get here, but when you have blinks, when you have health, when when your team is causing a tension pull, yeah, absolutely, go for it. Now she's aware of you, and you didn't do much damage. That was 40 shots, your whole clip, and you did 70 health. She's one clippable. You did 70 health to a hero that's one clippable because you were too far away. And she wasn't aware of you. You could have gone closer. Now you're getting closer, but why would you get closer now? Now she's aware of you. Now you get caught in nades. Now she's going to react faster. Now her movement is going to be more evasive.
Let's try that again.
One blink. I would have preferred if you were going to use a blink like this that it was from the very beginning before she was aware of you. She's not looking at you. She's aware of you. She's reacting, but neither her nor Hanzo are actually aimed at you. Still not aimed at you. There's a DM covering you. She cannot follow up on you. She can't do it. You just blinked. Why did you just blink? Excuse me, you recalled here. Okay, whatever. I'll live. Like, I get it. You didn't like being purple. You had a DM over you. You were fine.
Let's try that again.
Sloppy aim.
Nice.
Good. That was correct to break that doorway with a blink. Second blink is fine. Don't re-challenge. Don't re-challenge. Why? Why do you... Fine. I don't like that you re-challenged this. It's not fine. that was too strong of an agreement. It was not good that you rechallenged him while on an angle that he was expecting while his Stormbow was still up. That was not a good idea. Nor is using your only blink to follow him here. I don't care that you have a Mercy. This is not a terribly good idea. Yeah. Your team's still going to win, but what if this fight had been at all closer on point? You going down here could have been the difference. Big assist from D.Va. This D.Va's paying attention to her Tracer.
Step right up.
If our Tracer paid more attention to our D.Va, that would be great. Why? Why are you so far away?
Step right up.
You don't need this blink, but whatever. Okay. I don't know why we're circling all the way around. I definitely don't know why we're using that blink. He's not aware of you. He's not aware of you. I know it's scary to get close to him because he might flash, but he's also on console. He can't do an instant 180, and you know he can't do an instant 180. So you can walk closer to him, even crouch walk closer to him, even use a single blink to get close to him if you hadn't invested 2 bad blinks already to get here, and then start shooting at him. And then when he turns, you can hit your blink over to here and be shooting him in the side of the head. And it'll be great. And it'll be amazing. And it won't take you more than 1 blink to get him down because you'll have gotten the jump on him. And he'll probably turn and immediately waste his flash. And even if he doesn't turn and immediately waste his flash, when he turns again, you'll be able to go, okay, he turned again and I can use another blink because I haven't been wasteful with my blinks on the way here. Instead, your first clip, what do you know? I can look there. Sorry, the background isn't working. Less than 60 damage. Excuse me, a little more than 60 damage. Wrong McCree. 70 damage again. 70 damage clips from this medium range stuff is not what you want to be doing when opponents aren't aware of you. When they're aware of you, yes, that's fine. When they aren't aware of you, that's not what you want to do. When you're low on blinks, fine. Fine. When you have blinks, no. You want to actually be doing stuff that can get real eliminations.
I'm on fire!
Zimmers. Yeah, okay. Okay, Semitic.
Damage was ending. Much obliged.
And my understanding is that doesn't really change the total input that's possible. Like, it lets you use a mouse, but does it still let you do an instant 180? I'm not convinced that it does because it's still, the game is still reading it as if it's a controller's input. So like it gets you more precise control. Will it let you change? I guess it lets you change your sensitivity enough. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Okay. It's fine. I respect the effort. Oh, still got her. Yeah, you put bullets in that statue. Just wait, just wait, just wait! Fine. I can live with this. It's okay. You need to wait for their front line to go in, and then preferably you go in on the side or behind their back line. But you have to let their front line go in. That has to happen. You could even let their back line go in and then fight their back line from a behind them angle. You could also fight the back line from the side angle. I'd prefer you not push into the front of their back line because then they have weapon play in front of you and multiple of them are going to be aware of your presence, etc. But you at least have to let some of the team through before you go, at the very least. Congrats, ball is passed. Ball is the only one passed. Why are you doing this? It's not how Tracer works. Please don't take a ranged duel with Ashe. Please don't take a ranged duel with Ashe. Why? Why? She has friends. I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you. Like, you don't need to actually fight her. Great. There's a McCree there, there's a Mercy there, there's an Ashe there. You know all three of those are there. There's also an Ana. You don't actually need to fight this. At all. At all. You have her paying attention to you, and you know there's other stuff over here that's thinking about supporting it. Like, you don't actually have to force this fight. It's okay for you to go, I have you sort of distracted, I'll just bait your attention. Maybe I'll go back and poke over here again. Oh, no, I won't. I have McCree and Mercy and Ashe effectively all focused on me, not Mercy anymore. Great. You know what I can do? I can sit here and twiddle my thumbs, because I've got everyone paying attention to me. Now, am I going to twiddle my thumbs for 5 seconds? No. But if I'm just going to have these guys looking at me, I don't need to open their sightline and re-challenge them. I'm perfectly happy to have all these eyeballs on me because it means there's a disadvantage somewhere else. But I shouldn't try to fight this 1v2, this 1v3. I should happily go, I'll use cover. Maybe in a second and a half I'll peek because I want to keep you honest. I want to keep you paying attention to me. But I'm not peeking you early. I'm not trying to take a duel with this, a duel that is a 2v1 with this Ashe right now. No. No. They become fairly common when you reach up ladder, speaking from experience. Really, there isn't any way Blizzard can detect it. Yeah, we had Major Midget on. We got some of that talked about, news explained, etc. I get it. But, like, it doesn't change the point that I was making of you jump on the McCree, because we jump on a McCree that was on a mouse exactly the same way. Like, I was doing it to further make the example, but it doesn't matter. It's still the right thing to do. Okay. Okay, so blink immediately. What are you doing? What are you doing? There is a McCree staring at you. There is an Ana staring at you, and Hog is no longer locked in his breather animation. Blink, for the love of... Thank you.
Back in the fight.
Again, your goal isn't to, like, stop people from going through doorways or to stop people from getting past you. It's more when you're dealing with backliners like McCree, like Ana, even like Hog, to go, oh, you walked past, now I get to open on you from behind, from an angle behind you, etc., and turn you when you weren't expecting it. Not, I'm going to challenge you in front of the doorway that you're walking through, because if I challenge you in front of the doorway that you're walking through, your weapon is already pointed in my direction. I don't have enough health for your weapon to already be pointed in my direction. Anytime your weapon's pointed in my direction, I hit the blink button. So why would I start the fight with your weapon pointed in my direction?
3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Thanks, love.
Hello. Hey there. Howdy.
Hello.
Hey there. Enemy turret here. Enemy turret destroyed.
Okay, they don't know you're here. They don't know you're here. Good, good. Great. The timing isn't going to be amazing. Took too long, lost our Ana, but hey, this is conceptually the right idea. You got close. You're taking too long. I know your team isn't giving you the distraction that you'd like, but you're taking too long before pulling the trigger on this, and you let it slip through your fingers. I'm not saying you'd have actually gotten the Ana eliminated. She had the Mercy attached to her, etc., but, like, you took too long. And then you ended up shooting at a Mercy that was far away. Okay. Good. You can get res, but there's nothing you can do about that. Are we gonna fight this head on? We are. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness! It hurts so much. Please go left. Please go left. Please go left. Please go left. Please go left.
Howdy. Hello? Hey there.
How many blinks did that take you? One blink got you out of trouble. One blink. You can just walk for this health pack the rest of the way.
Much better.
They don't know you're here. You can be closer to them. Good.
We still need you.
Hi, Mom.
Get them off the game.
Hey.
Enemy turret ahead.
Hey there. Enemy turret destroyed.
Who's smurfing? Who do we think is smurfing? Yeah, whatever. Okay, so
Hey, enemy turret
here you are, pushing up here. You're even using some crouch walking, so being secretive is important to you. Fine with me. If being secretive is important to you, why are you like mid-range Soldier 76 style trying to fight the Diva from here as Tracer? You already have Pulse Bomb. You already have Pulse Bomb. You're never going to eliminate her at this distance. You're not going to put enough pressure on her that like, oh, the pressure on her is going to allow my teammates to get an elimination somewhere else because there's not enough support for that other person, etc. And now they're aware of you and now they can flush you out. This is a mistake. Let these guys go in a bit. Come in, get close to them, and try to get your elimination. And if you can't get your elimination, that's fine. You have blinks to sustain in there and keep them distracted while they're fighting your team now, which they will be fighting your team because they'll be closer to your team. Stop trying to like hard engage these guys at a distance before they're
enemy
before
turret
your team is
destroyed.
really fighting them. They can pay attention to you. Oh look, they're coming to get you. I'm shocked.
Helden sterben nicht. Fight for it. Much better.
The good news is Diva does like 1 damage with her weapon at that distance too. True, true. Why? Why? This Anna is not paying attention to you. She's not. She's not.
In time.
You're gonna 1v2 them now? You're gonna 1v2 this team that's aware of you? No. Tracer thinks she's Widow. Maybe.
Wicked. This is not the end. What's that? Get through this. Enemy turret ahead.
Hello?
Okay. Your teams are sort of fighting. Your teams are sort of fighting. Why are you opening on them from here? Your weapon sucks from here. From here, you could do some good damage. Would the McCree be scary with his flashbang? Would the Hog be scary with his hook? Absolutely. But that's why you don't react to them throwing the hook or the flashbang. You react to them facing you. They face you, you blink here. They face you, you blink here. They face you, you blink through them. Like, that's how this works. Oh, they faced you? Cool. Let me do a sideways blink. Oh, you faced me? Okay, cool. Let me do a diagonal back blink. That's not as strong, but it could be done. Like, that's what you do. That's what you do. But you don't open from super far away. If they don't know that you're here, if they're not respecting you at all, you go, oh, I mean, it's not that they're not respecting you. They don't even know that you're here. So, like, you go, hey, I'm going to do this. And then once they're aware, then you can sustain with blinks. Or if you get low on blinks, you might have to get out to, like, this distance where you're going, hey, let me play tickle, 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 and with cover. But that's because I have, like, 0 blinks and you're already aware of me. Or I have 1 blink and you're already aware of me. And now I'm just relieving pressure for my team. Right now, you can do more than try and relieve pressure of your team. You can try to get eliminations. You have the resources, but you just threw it away. For like the 8th time this match, at least. Why do you think you want to fight a McCree from this range? A Mercy boosted McCree, a Hog. I don't want anything to do with this. I don't want anything to do with this. Especially if my team's not getting things done. Like, ugh. My team's not in anymore. Team backed off. Team backed off. I'm not helping my team by doing this. I might be willing to chance this if it was helping my team. Even though it's a disadvantaged fight, we're like, hey, Mercy boosted McCree is dangerous to me. I'm not dangerous to him at this range. I might be willing to do that if it was causing the McCree and Mercy to not be focusing this way so my team could get in. My team is not going to push in right now. It's just not going to happen. So leave. I don't need this fight. Circle back towards their spawn. Don't fight the diva. Don't fight the diva. Don't do it. Bye. That was like a 20-second stagger from when your team lost the fight. That is amazingly bad on a Tracer who should never have been caught. Oh my goodness. You should have been hanging out by the opponent's spawn. Like, there should have been no chance of you getting caught here. And now your team doesn't get a real team fight because you just went down at 85. Or no, you went down at 58. Okay, you do get a team fight. It's just, ugh. Okay. And your blinks will be back in time. Okay. Is your team ready for this? Like, your team used an ult, which is really messy, but your team did use an ult, so you might think they're in. Ugh, this is not a great engage from your team. Ooh, you got the recall timing wrong. That hurts.
You're powered up. Get in there.
No stopping me.
You're powered up. Get in.
I hate that you chose to go after Hog here. I hate it. Oh well.
No one's gonna stop.
Better than going after the Valking Mercy, but that's the only target it was better than going after. McCree and Anna both would have been better.
Now, hold on.
Back to work.
Soldier 76 reporting for duty. Hey,
Okay. And this is just junk time. It's fine. It's junk time. Okay. Let's get a real screen. Okay. Maybe. So, Tracer. Not a mid-range hero. Tracer is a short-range hero. Tracer's had her range buffed and nerfed and buffed and all this jazz, and it's not as terrible as it once was at range, but that just means that her tickle is a little more annoying at range. What you want to do with Tracer is you want to go, hey, if my team is pushing here, I can push from here. I push from here after my team has already done it. If you were a hit scan, like because I know you play other hit scan heroes, if you're McCree, you might be on an off angle here, and after your team pushes, you might late peek from here, or you might be Ashway over here, and you might late peek from over here. After your team's been in for half a second, a second and a half, you late peek because now all of their eyes are drawn towards your team, and you do it. Same thing with Tracer, except we're not Ash. We don't go peek from wide over here. We go peek from right here. Peek from right here. We're looking to play in this half sphere of influence, and we're looking to actually initiate pretty close to our opponents. We can either walk at them, or we can, after our team is engaged, use a single blink to get quite close to them. It's okay to use your first, if you have 3, it's okay to use 1 blink to get in, to get pretty close to them, because as long as you immediately start shooting as soon as you use that blink, because the blink will give you away. So like, that's okay. You're going to get a lot more damage, and rather than your first clips, which are your most valuable clips, so the clip that they're not aware of, you're going to have the least evasive movement, you're going to have to worry least about dodging the shots from the opponents. That clip is generally getting you about 70 damage. You know that good tracers can get 200 damage out of that. What's the difference? The difference is your distance. The difference is your angle. We want to be here, and we want to get close to them for our 1 clip. That is what we want to do. This is how we want to do it. We are not a mid-range hero. We are not a mid-range hero. We get close to our opponents when they aren't aware of us, and then when they turn to deal with us, we use our blinks to move around. This is the first thing I want you to understand. Work on this, please. Please. Use like 5 to 15% of your brain power. Really think about it. Really think about, wait, they're not aware of me and I'm opening on them. What distance should I be opening from? Oh, I should be closer. I should be thinking close. I should be kind of, I don't have to be like right on their neck, the back of their neck, though you can be. But you should be pretty darn close for this. Okay, the other thing, and I'm probably actually going to recommend you work on this first, is please, for the love of everything, if the opponents are here through a doorway, don't peek the doorway here when the opponents are trying to come this way. You do not want your opponents to try to walk through you to get into the fight. You don't want to be here. You can run into their flankers on the angles. If like you run into another tracer because the real map is happening here, and you run into a tracer, a ball, whatever, and you're fighting them over here, no problem. But you don't want to fight regular hit scan. You don't want to fight teams. You don't want to show up on teams where like the point is here, their spawn is back here. You don't want to wait for them right here. You want to wait for them right here and get the jump on them from behind after they've walked through. You let them walk into the kill box. That's what you're going to do. You're going to go, hey, I'm going to get you from behind. I'm going to let you in a little bit. I'm not going to challenge you directly from in front staring at you. That's not what I'm going to do. Tracer really, really does not like damage. She can't take very much of it. So she needs to get the jump on people. She needs to have people's crosshair not on her. That's the whole thing about how she uses her blinks that I was harping on for much of the match. So you don't need to donate your first blink by starting in front of them. Or worse, start in a doorway where you don't have room to blink from the direction that the team is coming. Let them walk past a little and then engage them from the side or engage them from behind like that. And try, if you can, there's times where you can engage the back of their front line, but in general, you'd prefer to engage the back or the side of their back line, not their front line. So that's what I've got for you. I want you to work on those 2 things. one at a time, and I would start with engagement direction because that should be an easy fix. It should, and it'll lead you to the other one of, okay, I'm engaging from the right place, from the right direction. Now let me engage from the right distance. So engagement direction and engagement distance are the two things I want you to work on for your Tracer to get better. Again, use like 5 to 15% of your brain power to be thinking about that thing, working through them one at a time. Don't try to do everything at once. Don't try to work on the blinks. Don't try to work on your pulse bombs. Don't try to do this. Use like 5 to 15% of your brain power to work on the direction. Then after like 5 games, 30 games, whatever it takes you to implement it, after you feel like that's part of your autopilot, that's just part of how you naturally play, then you move on and work on your engagement distance. And that's really what I want you to do. And if you do those two things, you're going to see some improvement. And then you can find a third, a fourth, or whatever thing to work on. And that can either be, hey, you find it yourself. That can be you come to me and go, hey, it's Portal, how much would it charge to get a VOD? You can do whatever you want there. But work on those two things. Those are what are going to help your Tracer. Okay. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps me out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. If you have questions, you can throw them up in chat now. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below. In there, you can see what my rates look like, but you can also see if or what sort of events, promos, things like that we have going on. Okay, so the disrespect is amazing. There was some amazing disrespect there, yes. Tracer actually has a legit useful voice line to tie. You can tie the Deja Vu voice line she says sometimes when she recalls. Oh, yeah. Should Trey Acer on the side of engaging too late rather than too early? It seems really hard to engage at the perfectly same time as your team. So I would err as Tracer to slightly too late. You generally want to engage, if you are trying to get eliminations, you would prefer to err on the side of slightly too late because you would prefer that the opposing team is already paying attention to your team. Like, you'd prefer that their eyeballs have gone from just doing whatever to paying attention to your team when you engage. There's exceptions to this. There's times where you will choose to engage at the same time. This would be a coordinated dive where you go, nope, we all want to come in at the same time. And there's also times where, hey, my team has a tough thing, like a bridge to rotate across, and the other team has really good angles covering that bridge, and they have cover and all those things. And you might, as Tracer, choose to engage early in this situation, specifically to make it easier for your team to rotate across. So all three can be the correct answer, but the default answer is you would prefer to engage. You'd prefer to engage a little bit later than your team, but you don't want to be like 7 seconds late. You want to be like a second late. I don't know. Temporal, the screen of her dying may sum up the game better. Maybe. I don't know. Was it really a lot of deaths, or was it just being ineffective with her tickle ray from super far away versus the McCree, who's like, really? I have a mercy boost. What are you doing? It's kind of insane that Tracer can theoretically one-clip a Zarya. She does a lot of damage. Remember when she could take out full health Zarya with Pulse Bomb, just wait for Bubble, then ult her? That was fun. You could do similar things to Orisa. I thought it was fine. Her explosion fall off was also much more serious. It was much harder to get, like, oops, I got 3 people with this Pulse Bomb that I stuck on the floor back then than it is now. And like wall pulse bombs. You see in Tracers intentionally stick pulse bombs to walls to get people as they're walking by. That just was not a thing with the old 400 damage pulse bomb because the explosion wasn't effective for that. Yes, if they're focusing on Tracer a lot, should Tracer at that point play safer and grind down tanks? It's not about grinding down tanks, but yes, that's what I was talking about. Where as Tracer, what you're looking to do is you go, my team is going in, my team is pulling attention, and now I get in close and play for an elimination. And if I get that elimination, great. If I don't get that elimination, I can sustain some with blinks. Okay, fine. But I can, that may help. And it might be that 3 or 4 people turn to deal with me, which means my team should get some work done at that point. But if I get down and I'm like, hey, 0 or 1 blinks, yes, now I might have to play outside near cover. I might have to play outside the fight with cover, just sort of doing like tickle race shenanigans. The tickle race shenanigans has its place, but it's for when you're low on resources and you're like, okay, let me try to keep some attention on me. it's a lower contribution than actually going in and getting the elimination. But it's fine if you've already used your resources, got or didn't get value, and now you have to downshift into this. This is still providing some value, but it's you downshift into it. You don't start like this because it's not enough value. It's not enough value. Like, it's okay when Orisa, for example, if we think about this, when Orisa's here and Orisa throws down her shield and is shooting behind it, Orisa's providing more value when she has her shield down than when she doesn't have fortify or shield and she's just like, let me peek and shoot a little, oh, I go away. Let me peek and shoot a little, oh, I go away. We know she's getting more output when she has her cooldowns available, but after she's used both of her cooldowns, assuming she got value out of them, it's now okay that her value has decreased a little bit for her team because she should have gotten enough value in the team fight. And Tracer's the same way. We would rather our Orisa starts going, hey, let me peek and do a little and get back to cover or whatever, than our Orisa keep playing as if her shield was here, as if her fortify was available when it's not, and just gets eliminated. Same thing with Tracer. If they're focused on Tracer, a lot should... Yeah, we talked about that. More VODs today. Tracer's one of the coolest characters in any shooter. Tracer's great. Tracer's fun. I'm glad that Overwatch has her. More VODs today. I will at least do another session that I will then upload. I don't know if I'll do any more streams today. I have some schedule stuff that came up, which is part of why I'm doing this one rather than Owl thing, which tends to be like 3 hours. Okay. In a lot of ways, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think that's going to do it. If you guys, again, are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe. And with that, I'll call it there.